Hi guys, let's play a bit with our friend, the cyborg Bizarro, sort of. As you can see, I'm not in. He doesn't have his own lair yet, so he has to mooch and use his friend's lair. But pretty soon, we'll get there. So let's go do the pest control mission. Just a quick look at our loadout as a refresher, as much for me as for you guys. So essentially, right now I have a frost snipe, I have cold snap, and I have inescapable storm. So that's pretty much what it does. That's pretty much what this does. And this is our pool. So we're good to go. And today is going to be a bit tricky. There's a lot of people online today for some reason. Probably because we're Saturday, I suppose. So we're probably going to be jumped. Oh, we're still in the PvE open world. Oh, that's strange. I could have sworn I had switched to PvP. So I guess it won't be as brutal as I thought it would be. So we have a side quest that we can get here. So let's do that.
See if you can grab some of those high-blasting scepters the stingers carry. They're loaded with neurotoxin. Could be a can't fall into the hive clutches or Luther will have our heads. Exobyte's back intact, so let's squash some bugs. Looks like we're clear. Let's haul these things over to the
So let's collect that investigation before we forget. And it's right there anyway. And let's defend one more uh, one more truck.
so we can get Luther's exobytes out of here. We'll be sure to let Mr. Luther know.
Holy crap! I hate that effect. I guess I missed the old version of ice armor. I had made an ice tank. I don't know, about 4 years ago when I started playing. But sadly, at some point we needed a healer, so I changed my ice tank to a healer, an electric healer. I've tried a few times since then to recreate a new ice tank, and it's been, let's say, challenging. Usually, I don't. I end up not liking the result. So, but I'm hoping with this one to keep it around. And it's not that the power is not good. Even before it got its huge buff, I did enjoy playing the ice power. Oh, let's go for the XP booster. Like essentially, I enjoyed cycling through the various shield. That's pretty much how I was using the character.
The Hive is stockpiling my exobytes at their makeshift base inside the metro node.
So that's pretty much how I was tanking and staying alive.
Steam from Lex Luthor, she is sadly mistaken. Take out their hypno pollen dispensers and mark my
Let's
exobytes
gather a
as
few
complete.
side quests first.
See those royal drones? They're the ones broadcasting instructions from the Queen. We've got a plan to weaken the Hive's assault. Bust up their supplies.
And let's get started. And let's collect this. Nah, I hate when they disappear like that.
The exobytes are in.
Let's assign our new PowerPoint and we'll continue after. It would be tempting to go for the supercharge. A lot of blasting. Blast your enemy with freezing air. Let's go with this one. Let's put it here. No reason, it's just a muscle memory. You see, essentially that's where I'm used to clicking to get access to my supercharge. The the circle button is pretty much always where I put my supercharge. I'm sure there's an exception or two somewhere, but usually that's how it goes. Oh, there's another one. So we still need to destroy a few turrets. And a few drones. Oh. So two more drones. I'm not sure if I still need a turret. Well, we'll see. I suppose I don't. It may have seemed obvious, but sometimes there's certain things don't quite appear in the quest tracker as they should. So sometimes you think you're done and you're not quite done, or vice versa. And this should be our last drone. And holy crap, I hate those spikes. I know I mentioned it before, but I guess I really hate them. So we got a new helmet, a new pair of gloves, and a few new weapons which we'll never use. Sad, but it happens. So next we should go on top. We don't have to, but it would be a good idea. Uh, Let's go and infiltrate the hive.
My top scientists as well. Idiots. Those
And
pathetic
we're almost
idiots
level
shut
9.
down the base. And if we
So
forget
once we
this,
reach level 9, we're going to be able to get supersonic speed.
Luther sent us in to sabotage the hive, but the blasted science police took us out when he tried to, liberate some data. Teach them nobody messes with LexCorp. You can start with that nerd cop.
Well, let's try and clear out at least a few of those.
What are you doing? No, not my PDA. I'll be lost without it.
Hive mind transmission. Ensure neural device. Always function at optimal parameters.
It's been a while since I've used ice, but right now it seems to be, it is powerful. It just seems to be a bit power hungry so far. Although it may just be that I don't have a proper loadout yet. Although even in endgame content, it still does seem to be power hungry even then. So I'm not really surprised. But we'll see. We'll try and figure out a way to either manage our power a bit better or just not be quite as power hungry. And of course, maybe I just don't have a good loadout yet, which is quite possible.
No, don't take that. Take my money. Nice. I better get back.
retrieved some interesting Starlab data. And, oh yes, my scientists.
Oh yeah.
Foolish enough to be captured, I might let Hive have them. But for now,
So essentially, supersonic is the first thing you take as soon as you can,
is a very
and then hopefully we'll be able to work our way through the other resists. Although the airburst probably could be useful to break out. We'll see.
Hive mind transmission. Target acquired.
That was poor planning, but luckily there's another one right here. So let's try that again.
The hive has totally taken this place over.
That was strange, but I'll take it. Just a quick look around. Oh, there it is. I suspected I might find this in here. Oh, and we got a nice pair of gloves. And some nice shoulders. Some nice weapons, but I can't use it anyways. So let us continue.
Initiating defense protocols. Alert Hive soldier bees.
So I guess we reached the Hive Queen.
The hive mind has been breached. Overriding directive. Bring the exobytes to Brainiac. Bring the exobytes to Brainiac.
Bring the exobytes to Brainiac! Guards! Protect your queen with your lives!
Keep away from her power. It'll mess with your head.
Serve you, challenge me! You are one mind. I am many!
Watch out. That pollen will control your mind.
I will crush your independence! Serve me and Brainiac!
Has become one with Brainiac.
Oh, we got a nice chest.
From many, one. One mind. One goal. One queen!
We got some more gloves, but no need for those. And let's collect the investigation.
Hive mind transmission. The Queen commands us.
No reason not to break those healing barrels. Even though we're kind of full. And as you can see, we're almost level 10 already. So that experience booster kind of helps at first.
I'd love to say she won't be
Oh
needing us
yeah,
for a while.
and we got a new
We
pair of
found the hive
boots.
to be remarkably resilient, especially ones working with Brainiac.
And I was going the wrong
First
way.
things first, get out of there. Go see Parasite at the safe house.
Interesting.
Played too much as a hero lately, I guess.
Hive mind used a distributed bio network to recover his exobytes. Be warned, it's unlikely to give up even after this crushing defeat. I'll keep you informed. Luther out.
Let's pick up that little poster here. So we're probably going to go set up our lair
Dinner has arrived.
right after this.
Where are you going?
Actually, we're going to do a few things in addition to setting up our lair. Oh, that's nice. So we should go into the Hall of Doom. So let's do that.
Ready for the big leagues, kid? You were invited to the Hall of Doom to hang out with the secret society of supervillains. And you thought your villainy went unnoticed. Use the Here it is. The Hall of Doom. I get a chill, don't you? Or maybe it's the air conditioning. They keep it low for Mr. Freeze. Ready to start your
So
tour?
now we're going to have a lot of fun going from console to console
To hear my
and all that good
voice
stuff.
bones. As you've probably figured out, the Hall of Doom is like an enormous smorgasbord of deadly stuff to buy, sell, and trade. But if you haven't earned enough renown with the factions, forget it. They ain't selling. The bank, my favorite of the Hall of Doom, where the gear lives. Keep your honor among thieves. Show me the weaponry. This is the main hall. You'll find entrances for each of the three wings. The east and west banks, the brokers, and the command and control center here. You'll also find the mailboxes in the main hall as well. This room is the brains of the Hall of Doom, not counting me. First, command and control, featuring the kick-ass hottie Talia Al Ghul Don't Tell Her I Said That, who assigns our global alerts. You can also see, but not touch, the inner sanctum. Only for the big league. Lex, Joker, Cersei. Be really bad, and maybe someday you'll get inside.
I wish we could have a setup like this, like a table like this for our league hall. I guess we could try and set up something sort of like that with some of those huge round tables and a handful of chairs, but it's not quite the same. And before we forget, let's talk to our friend Edward Enigma.
What unlocks meaning but isn't a key? A clue. And our world is full of clues.
This This is the Hall of Doom Armory. I say, just smell that bracing weapons-filled air. The Riddler is usually skulking around here with investigations to
Is
assign.
the ice?
So he tells riddles. His check's clear.
Yeah, it's ice. Let's get rid of the Edward Nigma mission right away.
Calculated.
And we'll continue our exploration of the Hall of Doom right after.
Society members use occult forces for evil. They're mentored by the goddess Circe.
Nicely done. As a villain, you must know this riddle. What's the difference between a jeweler and a jailer? One sells watches, the other watches sells. As for me, I watch you. So don't be surprised if I reward your efforts.
Might have known.
Happy hunting.
You really have to pass through the correct tunnel in order to trigger the trigger, so to speak.
Are you exert play?
Just 1 second. Expert play? I guess you could say yes. Although I'm more used to playing controller than tank. But I know the game enough that I'll do fine.
That's where the society throws the blue piss.
Even if I didn't tank all that much.
Really. Also down here you'll find Captain Cold and Black Adam. In the mood to just go and trash some heroes? They have the hookup.
What's the difference?
Um, Essentially, as a tank, you have to be able to manage all the ads and the mobs and to try to keep the aggro as much as possible. And also, you have to have extra survivability. As a controller, you have to give out power. You can do a bit of crowd control too, but usually you have to work in tandem with the tank. Usually the tank will do the lion's share of the crowd control, and the controller will just crowd control whatever the tank does not manage to crowd control somehow. Also, as a controller, you have to pretty much have a clear view of where everyone is on the map at all time. Like in order to sometimes not give out power, not to waste. Sometimes you will try to give out power to a player and it doesn't reach him, and you don't quite understand why. If you don't know where the player is, you won't know why you cannot give him power. If you keep track of where everyone is, then you know that when you're going to give out power, well, some people will not be able to get power because either they're out of range or sometimes they're just hiding behind a wall or something like that. So yeah, as a controller, you have to keep track of a lot of moving parts, and also you have to keep track of the debuffs and the various other things like that. You have to know also when to time your group shield in order to avoid a wipe. So, but for the tank, it's mostly knowing where to
I thought
position.
tank was damage.
No, the tank is the one who tries to attract damage on himself. The damage is the DPS. Essentially, everyone by default is DPS. But once you reach level 10, then you can decide to switch to the tank role or the controller role or healer role, depending on your power. And for the tank, usually the biggest job of the tank is to try to keep the enemies attacking you. so that they don't attack the rest of the group, especially let's say the healer.
Price. With our brand new biological adjustment devices, or BAD, courtesy of
I
Exobyte.
just pick any power I want.
Get it?
Yes, you can pick any power you want. The only thing is that depending on the power you want, every power can be DPS. So no matter what power you pick, you're going to be able to play DPS, to play damage. But depending on the power you take, you're going to be either tank, controller, or healer. For example, if you play a mantle or a green lantern or a gadget or quantum, these are going to be controller powers. If you take ice, fire, rage, or earth, these are tank powers. There's also atomic now. And for healer, it's celestial, sorcery, I forget the other two, electric, and I'm drawing a blank. But essentially, depending on the power you take, just be sure that if you want to be a healer, just be sure to pick the right power. Or if you want to be a tank, again, just be sure that you pick the right
Watch
power.
your step and enjoy your stay. Now work hard and make the world a better place for
Hope it
villainy.
makes sense.
We'll chat soon.
But
Calculator out.
if any power can do damage, so if you want to take fire,
Kudos to you.
take fire and you're going to be able to do damage. If you want to take ice and you're going to be able to do damage. So there's no essentially you can pick any power you want.
Or even make some support items.
But if you want a specific role, then you may have to choose a specific power.
Daphne Donovan,
I hope this makes sense.
premier geneticist, here to help you.
So right
Do
now
you
we're
think water is gonna be up?
The human genome is the foundation.
water could be fun. Essentially, they've been doing a really good job with the power effects. Like the power effects of Atomic are really fun. I don't know if you've seen them, but playing an Atomic character, the visual effects of the power are very nice. But the same, it's been like that for a while. Like the visual effects for Rage or for Quantum, the more they've been adding power, the more the visual effects have been really nice. And I don't expect power to be water to be any different. I expect water to have some nice effect as well. I guess the less nice, if it makes any sense, power they came up with was munition. So it doesn't have all the cool effects that let's say quantum or atomic have, but it's still a nice power. You summon some various weapons that you can use, and it can get kind of fun. So essentially, right now I did
Can you
the
show me your other characters?
sure. Which one would you like to see? I pretty much have characters for every power. So if there's a power, a specific power you want to see, just ask for it. I think there's only sorcery and nature that I don't have a character with.
What's your fav?
Uh, hard to tell. I really like a quantum or mental. These I would say. If I have a favorite, I'd say one of those two.
Any?
Okay, just let me finish the vault, and we'll see what we can do.
Flatten your opponent? Or just some useless crap? No. Pays your money and you takes your chances. Break the presents and get your prizes.
What's your fav power?
I hesitate between mental and quantum. It would be one of those two. I'm just having a hard time picking one over the other. The quantum has a few powers that I really enjoy, like the quantum tunneling that no other powers has. But the
And
the
weapon.
oh, the weapon is the hand blasters. That's pretty much the default weapon I use all the time, or almost. Although the shield is really fun. If you ever wanted to play a Captain America character, The shield is your best bet.
Over. Step along, nothing
The shield is made for you.
Welcome, one and all, to Joker's
Moment.
Mayhem and Prizes.
Almost there.
Something to flatten your opponent? Or just some useless crap? Who knows? Raise your money and you take your chances. Break the presents and get your prizes.
I mean movement.
The movement is flight. That has to be the most useful. Acrobat and Speedster are very fun, but they're a bit more challenging to use. So I will show you Quantum to give you an idea of what it looks like. Oh, let's see. So let's go and do a solo mission.
How do you have 2 characters?
When you're free to play, you start with 2 characters. If you become premium members, then you can you have 6 characters. Essentially, to be premium, you have to spend at least $5 on the game. That gives you access to six characters. And then if you become legendary, then you have access to 16 characters, if I'm not mistaken. And then you can purchase extra character slots if you wish to. And 32 seems to be the maximum of character slots that you can have. So if you're a legendary and if you purchased all the character slots, you can have up to 32 slots, 32 characters. So let's go and do a solo mission, and you'll see what the quantum character can do.
I'm not interested in an extended stay on Quard, so let's get the show on the road.
Show some respect, Jordan. I carry the spark of the entity Parallax within me, the first being to experience fear in this universe. I must transfer it to the central power battery before it is snuffed out completely.
Just don't make me regret this alliance, Sinestro. I've got my eyes on you.
Red Lanterns on Quard? Destroy it!
Like this power, the quantum tunneling, like this, that's one of my favorite powers to use. I really enjoy using that.
Destroy Sinestro! We will bring his head to Atrocitus!
Uh-oh. Sounds like Sinestro bit off more than he can chew.
I will feed you to Parallax. What? My ring! What's happening?
We need to get in there, fast!
That spark! For Forget Sinestro! Get the spark! We will take it for Atrocitus!
Whatever they've done, it's caused Sinestro to lose the spark. If they get away with it, we'll all be in big trouble.
We must get the spark.
I'll make sure that Please and her buddies don't go anywhere.
Let's try and help our friend Sinestro.
How can my ring fail me now? Something must have happened.
I can't hold them forever. When you're ready to take one down, let me know and I'll lower the shield. Just be ready for a fight.
My ring is failing against them. Make yourself useful and take down Please and her dogs. I will do what I can.
So as you see, Quantum has like these blue energy bubbles thingy that are really nice looking. And also, if you use the what is known as the advanced mechanic of the Quantum character, you pretty much can use powers infinitely. So if you use the advanced mechanic, you can go on and pretty much never really run out of power. So if you do like to spam powers to use your powers over and over, Quantum is a good power to use for that.
We must act now. I will be the conduit and transfer the spark of parallax to the battery. It is complete. Parallax will be reconstituted inside the battery. However, something feels... Never mind. You may leave now.
You'll get no argument from me. And while I can't say I'm thrilled to see Parallax again, it was necessary to keep the emotional spectrum in balance.
I will show you the difference with my mental character. It may explain, it may help you understand why I have a hard time picking the two apart. Because essentially I play them in a very similar way. Let's do the same mission, but this time with Magneto.
I'm not interested in an extended stay on Quard, so let's get the show on the road.
Show some respect, Jordan. I carry the spark of the entity Parallax within me, the first being to experience fear in this universe. I must transfer it to the central power battery before it is snuffed out completely.
Just don't make me regret this alliance, Sinestro. I've got my eyes on you.
With mental, kind of like with quantum, if you use the what is known as the advanced mechanic, again you can pretty much use your powers non-stop. So you'll pretty much will never run out of power. There's a few exceptions. Like it could happen that you run out of power if you keep on being interrupted. Like essentially, if you go through your whole rotation, you will regenerate power pretty much as quickly as you spend it, maybe even quicker. Uh,
Sounds like Sinestro cut off more than he can chew.
but if you get interrupted and if your rotation gets interrupted, then you will not get recuperate your power as quickly or as efficiently.
Forget Sinestro!
So if you get interrupted a lot, like if you get knocked back a lot or stunned a lot, it could mess up your rotation and it could maybe make you burn too much power and not be able to recuperate all the power you're spending. But if you don't get interrupted much, like if the tank does a good job by keeping the enemies attacking him, if the enemies aren't attacking you and you can just do your rotation with no problem, then you're going to be able to use powers and powers and powers nonstop without any real problems. So let's see with our friend Vice. So essentially, you start your advanced mechanic with the psychic empowerment, and then you keep on going through your rotation. And as you go through your rotation, as you do gain some power back thanks to casting your first power. So let's continue with Bleeze. There should be a few waves of red lanterns. I guess they're being delayed for some reason. So as you saw, I got interrupted, but at the very end of the rotation, so it didn't really affect me gaining some power back. Like by the time I was interrupted, I was already done with my. And you see the blue numbers? That's my power coming back. So essentially, thanks to the advanced mechanic, I'm able to get my power back pretty much as quickly as I'm spending it.
We must act now. I will be the conduit and transfer the spark of Parallax to the battery. It is complete. Parallax will be reconstituted inside the battery. However, something feels... Never mind. You may leave now.
You'll get no argument from me. And while I can't say I'm thrilled to see Parallax again, it was necessary to keep the emotional spectrum in balance.
So I guess if I had to pick a favorite, it would be one of these two. But they're similar enough in the way I play them. But I find it I have a hard time selecting one over the other. But let's try something else. And another one that's kind of fun to play would be this one. And this one, there's two ways you can play him. There's essentially the advanced mechanic that you can just use normally. Or there's some combos that you can use. Oh, wrong one. That gives you an aura that allows you to do extra damage. So essentially, as long as you keep your combos going. Of course, I messed up and I burned through my power a little too quickly. But I'll show you a mission to give you an idea of how it really works. Let's go with Star. Let's go to Starlab. So let's start our little friend here. Let's summon our other friend. I guess I didn't pay my mainframe. So essentially, there's one way to play where you pretty much just cycle through your rotation. Essentially, the very first power to the left starts your advanced mechanic, which will give you power back. And you can go through 2 rotations before you need to start your advanced mechanic. Or there's the other one. Where you go through your combo, you have to do a combo, and then you can get the aura. And then as long as you keep your combo going, you will get the aura back. Oh. And you can get power back too. I guess both ways to play Atomic are kind of fun. But for with this way, if you get interrupted a lot, it's kind of hard to keep your combo going and to get the aura essentially. And the aura is what allows you to do extra damage, from what I understand. So usually you will try to keep the aura as much as possible, as opposed to the other rotation. It you still don't want to get interrupted while you're doing your rotation, but it's not as bad, I think, than the one with the aura.
I can feel Superman's self-righteous rage from here. So, I've added some kryptonite to Starlab's defenses.
But I haven't played Atomic that much, so there might be some subtleties that I'm missing.
Hit him.
Your attack on Starlabs ends now, Lex. You don't own these exobytes or Starlab's research. We need those to defeat Brainiac. Kryptonite Superman is weak.
So as you saw, I messed up my combo pretty bad. So I pretty much burned through my power. Well, let's go and activate the pulsar.
Kryptonite Superman is weak. Attack while I recover.
Now we have to activate the pulsar again.
Doesn't have much time until the kryptonite field is purged. Defeat him now.
Can't hold out. Have to withdraw.
You continue to be of value to me. Superman's been defeated, and the Exobyte research is in my hands. A bigger, profitable thing.
I guess we could try another one. Let's try a speedster to show the difference.
I gotta say, I envy you for getting to kick all those out. The Sons of Trigon are hard up to release Dagger from his prison.
Jacob, one of Trigon's sons, is collecting lost energy.
Playing a speedster is kind of fun, but sometimes when you need to go from point A to point B, it can be a bit challenging, especially if there's lots of mobs on your way. It's very easy to skip mods with a flying character, and even with an acrobat, since you can sort of kind of fly with an acrobat. With a speedster, it's a bit trickier.
Jacob's techniques are vile. His disciples are nurturing desire inside their victims. We need to
and you pretty much end up being more of a human jumping bean as opposed to a human lightning bolt, I suppose. And one of the reasons why I like the hand blaster is that yes, you can use it as a hand blaster, but you can also use it pretty good as a melee weapon. Like you pretty much have some range abilities, and you can pretty much play a brawling character. So I find it pretty versatile as far as weapon goes. And some of the speedster power are kind of fun to use. They're not very powerful though, but they're pretty fun.
Jacob's followers are using powerful talismans in their seduction rituals.
The reason why they're not pretty powerful is that essentially they've added a lot of stuff like weapon masteries and the advanced mechanics, which makes other powers much more powerful than any of the speedster powers. But it's not just the speedster powers. It's the same is true with the acrobat powers or the flight powers. Not many of those now are worth using, especially compared to the advanced mechanics of some of the powers.
By disrupting those rituals, you've spared a lot of innocent people from suffering. Now you must defeat the incubus.
So as you see, avoiding some of the mobs on the way, it's not impossible, but it's much more challenging than with the other movement modes. But it's always fun to run around your target as a speedster and or breaking out by spinning around.
Much of the energy that incubus was hoarding has been released, and their operation will be hindered for some time. Let me know when we've returned to the garrison.
Let's show you the pull. The pull ability of the speedster is kind of fun to use. But compared to some of the other pulls, like the pull of the ice power is much seems much more powerful than the speedster one. So I hope this made sense. Essentially, any power can do damage, but depending if you want to be a healer, a tank, or a controller, then you may decide to select a very specific power for that. Let's see here, envy to share.
Creatures of envy are not immune to its influence. The demons and cultists that serve Jesse also harbor envy towards each other. We're going to use their envy against them. First, track down some of the couriers and take the envy energy they're transporting.
Don't take the energy.
That was close. Too close, I didn't get it, I guess. Or not close enough.
Remember, beatings. No taste, no taste. No, don't take that. Such a wonderful master. So gather energy. No sinful energy will mean beatings. Precious energy. Takes just one now. Remember, beatings. No taste, no taste.
Just a couple more. So you may notice with the speedster, you'll be jumping around quite a lot, which is why I call it the human jumping bean as opposed to the human lightning bolt. But it's just me trying to be funny. So we should have another imp right here.
Such a wonderful master. Lets us gather energy. No, don't take that.
And our last one was right there.
Take this sick.
But as you see, the pull of the speedster does a really nice job. It works really well. But the pull of, let's say, the ice character not only does it pull pretty much as well, but seems to do quite a lot of damage also.
Be prepared to give those monsters space to work out their differences.
And like the pull of the gadget character also does damage as well. It does like electric damage as well as pulling your target. So again, the pull is not bad. As you can see, it can work quite well. But compared to other powers, and also when some of those other powers, not only does the pull do like extra damage or extra other things, but also it works within the advanced mechanics sometimes. So let's say the pull of the gadget would give power back as well as doing everything else if you use it with the advanced mechanic.
And you've attracted the attention of their leaders. An elite cultist and a greater envy demon have revealed themselves.
But if you make what I call the role play characters, doesn't then it doesn't matter, or it doesn't matter what the pull actually does. You just use whatever you enjoy using. But it can be a bit more challenging to play one of those characters. I usually call it either role play or a fun character. Let's summon our little friend, Kid Flash. Or at least it would be Kid Flash if I could customize it.
A bit of disorder and mistrust between envy cultists and envy demons should slow things down at the Nightstone.
So let's go do
Good work.
our last one.
Report back to me.
Might as well do the Wrath within mission. That's something that happens once in a while with the Speedster. It's not a big deal because usually you can just move away from there. But I'm going to try and show how sometimes it can be a bit challenging when you're trying to pass in certain places. Oh well. Like sometimes you'll get stuck in a crack in a cliff or something, and you're going to have a hard time moving forward. But this time it went through flawlessly, so I guess I still don't have the knack of getting stuck on purpose. Maybe someday. But one thing that's fun, you can run on walls. That's always a fun one.
Greetings, my friend. Several of our allies have been in the field for too long. They've been overwhelmed by the Next to me is the latest iteration of the Wrath Transmorpher. Would you indulge me in a little test? Activate it.
Here, sadly, once you transform, you no longer have access to your movement mode, which is okay, I suppose. Ah, crap. Oh, that wasn't so bad. So let's go speak to our friend Sentinel Zhang.
The transmorpher worked as well as I could hope.
And let's turn back into the Flash, sort of. Well, let's summon our friends for this one.
The efforts you have made to quell wrath have not gone unnoticed. Return to the garrison for a brief rest.
Well, let's go back to see our friend Wonder Woman.
It's easy to fall into Envy's trap, but you've done incredibly well to stave off its effects. I'm proud of you.
I'm not sure if I should do the duo right now or I should wait a bit. Oh yeah, I guess I could do the duos. I'll be right back. I just need a minute. Sorry about that. So let's see if we can do the duos. There seems to be plenty of people online today, so doing the duo should not be a problem. But you never know.
I was recruited with a promise of fighting evil. Oh, but instead I'm selling colas in hell.
On patrol. Patrol. Patrol.
So let's give a elbow to our friend, and hopefully he's ready to get started.
Allow Jesse to complete the ritual of envy. It will bring him closer to the will of his father.
So let's see if our friend will pull the enemies a few at a time, or if he'll jump into the melee. Where's our friend going? So hopefully our friend learned not to jump into the melee. We'll see. Nah, you didn't learn squat. So let's see, take two. That wasn't so hard.
Allow me to shed some light on the situation.
Ooh, Dr. Light.
That envy energy, and you can't stop us.
At least this part is entertaining. Fight for me. Who truly envies my power?
I don't usually summon my backup, or my sidekick, I should say, but I'll make an exception for Dr. Light.
Stop looking at me like that. I'm not Brainiac. I am Brainiac.
Let's recharge our friend a bit. Let's see if we can try and bring Jesse towards the door. I guess not. Close enough. So essentially, you want to stay mobile to be able to avoid like the black evil balls of energy that are coming your way. Like black, green, unless it's supposed to be dark green. Where's our friend going? I guess it never occurred to him to take the healing stone. When I saw him run away, I thought that's what he was doing, but I guess not.
This looks like a job for Brainiac.
I guess not. It's not a big deal. The extra bosses can usually be done solo, but it's always a bit more fun when you have a friend helping out.
soon, and neither will James. Your bravery will not be forgotten.
So let's take a minute to repair.
Sorry, I'm closed for business. Just kidding.
Well, we'll talk to Wonder Woman once we're done. Anyway, I don't think 85. Oh, I could replace my gloves, I suppose. Nah, let's wait.
Find Jacob and stop him from completing the ritual of lust. We can't allow this to go on any longer.
Holy crap, we have an OP rock power, dude. So I guess his pet will carry us through this. I'm a bit surprised though at how powerful they made the rock power. I guess Spittle got tired of people telling him how weak the power was. That would have been too easy. Yeah, sadly, after a while, you pretty much start to know the labyrinth by heart. And even more now that there's a second mission now that we have that is in this location, sort of.
Who are you? Why are you here? I told them no new members. Jacob's mine, all mine.
I could use my sidekick, but I'll save him for Cheetah. Although I can use my Brainiac servo. Oh, we broke the barrel. Okay.
up now while you're still in one piece.
If you don't see anything, it's okay, it's normal. Sometimes there's so many effects and other visual things that you don't really see what's going on anymore. But when you've done this mission often enough, you don't really need to see what's going on to know what's going on. You pretty much know before you even start what's going to happen. So I'm sure sometimes it must be confusing a bit to see all the effects and all the various NPCs and all the good stuff. But you get used to it after a while.
Forgive me, Master, but they were too much for us.
Oh, you silly, stupid creature. You've led them to me. I think we should see other people. Be gone! And you, I knew you would go to any lengths to be with me. Your desires will fuel the final stage of my ritual. If you refuse me, you will die.
So let's ask our friend if he needs Julius. Oh, I guess he does.
Jacob has a hard time taking no for an answer.
Let's give our friend a little bow.
You've spared a lot of people from Jacob's and Julius's overindulgences.
So the two worst missions are behind us. At least those are the two that I find the worst. The Rune Cathedral has always been my favorite one.
This job isn't glamorous, but it's necessary.
So as you saw, we got lots of gear, but controller gear, tank gear, or even gear that's not really good for us. Player has declined. It happens. Although it does happen fairly often. Well, let's wait a bit more and we'll see what happens. I don't really need to do that mission. Essentially, all I really need are the marks to buy some gear. We'll see.
This is Amanda Waller. Task Force X is taking control of this situation. I'm sending in the Suicide Squad to assist you.
Let's give a chance to our friend to be able to load.
You must prevent Jared from completing the Wrath Ritual. It will make him far too powerful.
How dare you step foot inside my stronghold? You will not interrupt my ritual. I will define this vessel and let loose wrath upon the world.
A 102 controller, or a 102 quantum, I should say. So we should I have no problem doing this. Unless, of course, he goes the wrong way and climbs the tower instead of going down. Which I'm sure happened to everyone at least once.
Magic door? Does that mean a magic key? Puzzles are not Mammoth's strong suit. Hey, maybe you guys know what to do. I'll pound it out of you!
We'll keep my sidekick for when we go into the room where there's all the mobs. It'll be a bit more useful there. Before our friend dies. I guess he went the wrong way again.
I will burn your flesh with my blade.
Am I crazy? I could have sworn he when I broke the stone, he got away from where I broke the stone. It reminds me of when I use supply drops, and then the player rolls away from the supply drops, somehow as if it was, I don't know, a harmful effect. Although things are still going fairly smoothly, so it's not really a big deal. Well, let's summon our friends. And let's get the stone before our other friend dies. Hopefully this time we won't roll away from the effect. Let's ask our friend if he needs Jack.
Can't last long. Jared will be angrier than ever.
That deserves a come on.
He may not seem like an overachiever.
That deserves a victory thumbs up, although too late. So let's talk to our friend Wonder Woman, and then we'll go to our base to repair and rearrange our gear a bit.
But we're not ready just yet.
So let's see what we got. Oh yeah, we got the weekly awards. Oh, we got a pair of pants. We didn't have the style, so that's good. A plan, not very good. Let's collect this one. Panel Unicorn art. I think I may have a base that could use that. The hammer, not really. The gloves, we can get the style. Oh, that is strange. Okay, so as usual, we're going to try to make ourselves some healer gear, although we already have some healer gloves. I guess we could use a healer belt. But we could use also some DPS gloves. So let's start with the gloves. Oh no, let's start with the belt, just in case whatever happens. So let's consume that little book, and let's get ourselves a brand new belt. I thought we would really need only the marks of victory, but I guess we can use the belt as well. And we already had a belt for the healing, for the DPS. So let's make ourselves some 85 DPS gloves. And for our last piece of gear, there's nothing really we need that we can make. No rings, no neck, no mask, so whatever. So let's imprint our new gear. And let's switch our mod. So let's sell what we don't need. I could take some time and try and sell it on the broker, but and now let's go and get ourselves a few white mods. Pretty sure we need only the gloves here. Gloves. So let's go for the max damage. And let's check our healer gear just to be sure. Well, we seem to be good. Yeah, I know it's blasphemy not to have any mods, but sadly, too many characters, too many exhibits needed. So, nah, no mods, at least not yet. And let's put our yellow ring here. Nah, nothing really for this guy. I have all the mods I need, I suppose. Oh yeah. So how many marks do I have? Oof, 24 marks of victory. Oh, that would be enough for one ring. Or one neck piece. Or would they? No, I don't think I did. Did I do the vault? Oh no.
Welcome, welcome, one and all. Children's room of fun, mayhem, and practice. Your opponent, or just some useless crap? Pays your money and you take your chances. Break the
We got the
presents
Martian
and
Manhunter
claim your
hoodie.
prizes.
So let's go see if we can buy ourselves a piece of gear. So the dilemma, do I go for the neck piece or do I go for a ring? I guess I'll go for probably the neck piece. Oh, maybe not. The neck is 83, the ring is 83, 83. Oh, they're both 83. It's just, okay, one is yellow and one is not.
Virgo's a nice guy, right down to his core.
Healer or ring or neck or ring. Oh, we got enough for the neck. Why not? And we're still 98. Next time, I suppose. So if we buy a ring next time, hopefully we should be 99, which would allow us to do the iconic anomalies. Let's put a mod in our brand new neck piece. We already had Martian Manhunter hoodie. Let's go give our mask to our League Hall. Yeah, well, I didn't give a name to our League Hall yet. I should probably try and come up with something with justice in the name or some such thing. I don't know. We'll see. Let's try and purchase a statuary. Let's go with this one. Oh, maybe not. Let's go with this one. Maybe. I'm not sure. That we've got a winner. That one will do. I guess that's a sign that we need to stop when the warp no longer works. It's usually a good sign, a good time to stop. So next time, I'm not sure what we'll do next time. Actually, I know what we'll do, and we're still next time. Essentially, we're going to take a minute or two to set up our lair, and also this is all the stuff we got from the vault.
Used to actually grant base ownership and to select a location for the entrance.
So before we set up our lair, let's go and pick up. There's probably a few things I didn't pick up yet. So we should be good to set up our lair.
So, like a well-trained monkey, you can follow directions.
Using our brand new deed.
When you use your deed, it will grant you access
And let's see, which lair do we take? The tech lair? The ancient lair? This one is pretty awesome with my Captain Marvel or even the God's Wraith, the Spectre. Oh, the Eastern lair. I'm gonna have to figure out how to give this lair to one of my characters. Because essentially I purchased the lair just for the ninjas. The Gothic lair, I have a couple of characters that's using it. The same with the Deco lair. The Kale lair, I have quite a few characters that's using it. Holy crap, this one is... I have a few characters using the Tick lair. Let's go with the Industrial lair. Although the lair looks atrocious, let's give it a try. And let's see, where do we set up our lair? Let's be a bit cheap, and this is our friend Bizarro. So where can we set up Bizarro? I guess around the steelwork would be a good idea. Let's go with this one.
Congratulations. This is your mainframe, the nerve center of your lair. You can use it to gain access to powerful tools like orbital strikes, henchmen, and powerful equipment mods. Your mainframe's power is maintained here as well, so be sure to keep it up. access the more powerful features. This is your dispenser, where you'll pick up the items that you've chosen.
It's not the prettiest of layer, but let's try and figure out a way to make it not too bad.
This is your base's control panel. It's used to enter decoration mode, alter some of the colors of your base, and for other diabolical purposes. That's just the beginning of owning and operating your
So let's put up
why don't we try placing some base
a few things.
I've given you a few things. Check your inventory and collect the base items. Now that you've added the base items to your base inventory,
Of course, the very first things we need to use are the clock,
while in decorator
the
mode,
lamp,
place your items at the appropriate markers. While most base items are just for
and
show,
the
there
table.
are amenities you can acquire that have very specific functions like bank.
Although, as you saw, I have quite a few things that I can set up
Once you have filled up enough
also,
markers, you will unlock free
but we'll do that a bit after.
to place base items almost anywhere.
Actually, let's tweak our colors a bit.
More tricks to your base. Have fun decorating. Remember, make it evil. And don't forget to try placing those items.
Let's put this. This will be the red one. And this will be the blue one. A little too blue, maybe. That's a bit better. So let's set up a few things. Holy crap, that's even uglier than I thought. Let's put the mailbox here. Let's put the crafting station here. Obviously, this will be a crafting base. Let's put the bank here. The bank is kind of cool. And let's go all the way up here for the vendors. And let's pick up our mail. Ah, we got a nice ring, and that's sweet. So next, I guess we're going to set up our armory, I suppose.
Cersei promised Gigantus she could transfer her consciousness into Wonder Girl's body. Wonder Woman and her Amazons are trying to stop it. Go hit up Brother Blood at the safe house for more info.
Let's put it here. Oh, and we can't. Oh, well. Let's try here. So let's imprint our pretty little guy. And let's rename that DPS. And let's use that little icon over here. Well, for now, that'll do the trick for both DPS and tank. In the short term, if I need to switch for tank, I'll just switch role, and that will do the trick for now. So we're not done yet. We still need to go down here. Now we should be done. Oh yes, lock and load. And there we go. So that was a good one. We played with lots of characters, and it was kind of fun. So I might play a bit later, in maybe an hour or two, with a different character. I'll just need a short break, and I'll probably eat a bite or something. So thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.